Yeah, we get a lot of heat for these, and we're gonna try to branch out. We definitely want people who you wouldn't normally see doing this stuff. We've got some people lined up, some interesting questions that I've got to ask them, and you know, some of the interesting questions I want to ask you guys are, what's wrong? What's wrong? What are we doing wrong in this area? We're drawing 50 people.
I'd say it's just the area. Gulf Coast is horrible so far, what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I've done research and I've never seen anybody who's made it out of the Gulf Coast.
Steve Anthony's about to.
Steve Anthony.
Steve Southern.
Really
the rumor is he's going to train with Noah.
Good deal. That's a good deal.
Steve Anthony's
Well,
really
then
good.
that'll be the first that I know of in my book.
Does D-Ray count?
Yeah.
I think he can.
He trained with Zeke, he just moved out.
Don
so-
Christ. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like you gotta move.
Wait,
Yeah,
he
you gotta-
didn't come from here. You have to. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
Oh,
seen from
by the
sitting
way, I'll
here.
put this in too. Like, if you don't see me and Scott work a whole lot of indie shows around here lately, it's because we're trying to save up money to move to Boston in June.
True,
Yeah.
true
Plan
story.
to move to
True
Boston.
story.
You guys are moving to Boston.
We're gonna move
No,
to Boston.
good
Well,
for you guys.
boo for us, good for them.
No, it's great for you two.
Good for Boston.
It's great for Boston.
Close to Ring of Honor, and
It's
that's where
not
we
just
wanna be.
there's a million indies up there.
Because possibly if we can get our foot in the door and like gain experience with them, then we can possibly get a word in for the Gulf Coast.
Is that your goal? Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Yes. that is
I've always
that's
been.
my goal.
I watched WWE, WWF when I was a kid. That's
Sure.
what turned me into wrestling.
Mhm.
And then ECW is what turned it from being the that's so cool to I want to be a
wanna
wrestler.
do this.
Right.
Ring of Honor, that's the. Or
That's-
I'd be so
matches.
content just staying
Sure.
there. I don't have to move on anywhere. Just that athleticism there is amazing to me.
Frost? Goals?
Ultimately, I like to make it at WWE because I mean that's where you make your name in this business. That's where you become a legend. You know what I mean? But I mean, I would be perfectly satisfied with working in Japan full time. I would be perfectly satisfied if I was making Ring of Honor money. You know what I mean? I would be fine with that.
You guys think you can do it from here?
No.
No, that's why we moved
Why is it, do you think, that...
I heard a word from Aaron Idol. I was talking about it to a show with him.
Mhm.
He says what he thinks, and I totally agree with him. Is all these indie shows have so many different indie shows, but every indie show has the same worker.
On the
and
nose.
you have that worker, they can go here, here, here. If they all work together, then they have to go to one spot to see them all.
On the nose. And as far as I know, from what I've learned in wrestling, and as you guys can, if you do something wrong, or you do, everybody knows about it but you. Everybody knows about it but you. And particularly you, Billy.
Believe me.
But it's one of those things where it's almost like people want to see you fail. And let's say, for example, New Heights draws 200 people. Some guy on a message board or some guy will go, oh, they comped 100 people. It's like they've always got to bring you down. Whether if you have a great match, it's because of the other guy. If you sell 10 gimmicks, it's because your family bought them. It's always something. And the way I see it is like if 200 people show up to a wrestling show, regardless of how many of them paid, that's 200 people who want to watch wrestling. And I don't think and it's too many promotions. With literally, I mean, you said you're working what?
I'm working like 4 or 5 now, and there's like a new one popping up every week, it seems.
So if one promotion could come to you and say, hey, look, we're going to pay you a little bit more money, and we're going to give you a solid angle for 6 months, a 6-month angle with a guy, would that make you want to stay with that one promotion?
Yeah.
Then they'll draw the fans that are come to see you just
Exactly.
at that one show to see
Because
you.
If it's not any different from what anybody else is doing, how are you supposed to progress like that? You're putting on the same show in a different building. It's the same jumble of guys like over and over again, and it's the same spots over and over again. It's like you're not going to get that over. You're not going to.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've been on your MySpace page because I'm a 14-year-old girl who cruises MySpace. And it's like you have a laundry list of like promotions you have worked for. And just it's like, wow, it shows you have a work ethic, but it also shows there's a lot of motherfucking promotions in this area. And what do? 5 shows a piece? And then it's just another Indian. There's not a lot of chiefs in the area. You know, it's just kind of. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's work for you and it's money for you, but do you think that that might also be the cause of it?
I mean, honestly, I mean, I could say that you should consolidate, you know what I mean, and put them all together, but I mean, how are you going to go about doing that when there's
Right.
so many egos and there's so many big-headed people in professional and independent wrestling? I mean,
There's a
like,
lot of
there's so many
egos.
egos. There's no way that you're going to mash that all together and have it work. It's just not going to work. It's going to blow up in your face.
That's nothing new. I mean, this has been a backstabbing fucking business for many decades.
One.